What's cracking, Jack? It's Friday, November 7th, and you're in the jungle. 11 NBA games on tap. We're going to break them all down and make some money right now. Greetings, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. We're going to break down all 11 games in the NBA, and I'll give you my best play for each one of them. And I'm going to leave for you two links in the comments section. The first link is to my $5 favorite play of the day. And for just $5 and no further obligation, you get my best NBA bet of the day text to your phone. The second link is to become a Jungle member. And as a member, you get my full betting card, all sports, all access, sent to your phone every single morning. You also get access to our members-only Discord and a direct line to me if you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you're considering placing. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Yesterday's trivia question was the 2024-25 season. So last season, the Oklahoma City Thunder had the best spread cover percentage in the NBA. Who was the second best? The answer was the Toronto Raptors. Congratulations to these Jungle viewers who answered correctly. You received 3 Jungle points. Get the 25 and get an item from the Jungle store, silverbackjungle.com. Any merchandise item that you wish at 25 points. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. The Cherry Coke machine at the Lincoln, Nebraska location should be up and running by next Wednesday. First game we're looking at, Cleveland at Washington. Cleveland minus 13.5, over-under 240.5. Washington has a point differential of minus 16.2 this season, worst in the NBA. I think Cleveland should cover this spread, but I think the better play is the under. Washington gives up a ton, but Cleveland isn't scoring a ton. They average just 116.5 points a game, and only one of the Cavs games this year has gone over this total. I also like Jared Allen to have over 12.5 points. He's been over this line 4 of his last 5 games with a median of 20 points a game. Jared Allen shooting 11 times a game, taking 7 free throws. I like the under 240.5, and I like Jared Allen over 12.5 points. Boston at Orlando. The Celtics are plus 3.5, over-under 226.5. I like Boston plus the 3.5. Boston plays at a very slow pace. In fact, the slowest pace in the NBA. That means less possessions for both teams. They keep the games close. They allow the fewest points of any team in the association. And this is a Magic team that struggled offensively. Orlando's 20th in points per game, averaging just 116.2 points a game. I like the Celtics plus the points, and I also like Jaylen Brown over his point total of 24.5. Detroit at Brooklyn. Pistons minus 10.5. Over-under at 226.5. Detroit without Tobias Harris. His good friends call him Toby. Brooklyn without Cam Thomas. Now, Detroit's been covering machines. They've covered the spread in 75% of games this season. Brooklyn's covered just 38% of games. Brooklyn has a point differential of minus 12.6, and they're without their best scorer, Cam Thomas. I think Detroit covers the big spread, and I'd also look at Michael Porter Jr. of the Nets to exceed his point line of 19.5. He's taking over 20 shots a game, and Cam Thomas's shot volume has to go somewhere. The majority of that should go to Michael Porter Jr. They're a perimeter shooting team. Detroit minus the 10.5, and Michael Porter Jr. over 19.5 points. Raptors at the Hawks. Toronto plus 2.5. The over-under is at 236.5. Trae Young out for Atlanta. Toronto's healthy. Both teams have been hot. Toronto won 3 straight. Hawks have won 3 of their last 4. I think Toronto's a live dog here. I like them on the road. They've been a better team. They're 6th in points scored and 1st in fast break points, which is something that the Hawks have struggled to defend. Atlanta gives up 17.5 fast break points a game, which is 22nd. They're also not good defending the glass in the defensive end of the court. 27th in second chance points allowed. Take the Raptors plus the 2 and a hook. Houston at San Antonio. Looking forward to watching this game. Houston minus 3.5. The over-under is at 223.5. 2 teams in the West that are both 5-2. 2 of the best teams in the West, both 5-2. I think Houston might be the best team in the league, though. They're 1st in point differential at plus 13 points a game. Both teams very good defensively, both in the top 4, but where Houston has the edge is the offensive side and maturity. The Rockets are number 1 in points scored in the NBA. They average 124.7 points a game. San Antonio's at 117.9. These teams are very similar because you have a veteran surrounded by a bunch of really talented young players. That's Kevin Durant on Houston, surrounded by Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, and Alperen Sengun. And you have Harrison Barnes for San Antonio, hanging on to that goatee. He loves that goatee. So Harrison Barnes for San Antonio with Victor Wembanyama, Castle, Vassell. What gives the edge to Houston for me, in addition to the offense, is the veteran, Kevin Durant, better, in every way than Harrison Barnes is. And I also believe that the youth that they have, the youth that Houston has, the young players, are more mature and better equipped to handle a big game like this. I like Houston, but I'll take them on a money line. Get them on the money line for anything minus 140 or better. If you can't get the Rockets at minus 140, lay the points. Lay like 1.5, 2.5, whatever you got to do to get under that minus 140 number. Chicago at Milwaukee, Bulls plus 4.5. Over-under is at 239.5. The Bulls are 6-1. Milwaukee 5-3. Milwaukee is 3-1 at home. They have a healthy Giannis. He does not have an injury designation for this game, and I think it'll be too much for the Bulls to handle. Chicago did not look good their last two games. They lost to New York, and they won at home against the Sixers last game, but they were completely outplayed in the first half. They just happened to catch a Philadelphia team that gassed out in the second half and got ice cold. It wasn't because the Bulls were playing great. Philadelphia just sucked up the court in the second half. They won that game. The Bulls did, despite scoring just 113 points. I like Milwaukee minus the 4.5 at home. Charlotte at Miami. Miami is minus 4.5. The over-under is at 241.5. The Heat will be bamless, and the Hornets will most likely be ballless. I think the line's short here. I'd lay the 4.5 with Miami. I think they're a much better team. Charlotte's only 3 wins are against Brooklyn, Washington, and the Utah Jazz. They beat the teams they're supposed to, and they lose to the teams they're supposed to lose to. These two teams already played once this season. Miami won 144-117. Lay the 4.5 with the Heat. I'd also look at Norman Powell over points. Utah at Minnesota. Utah's plus 11.5. The over-under is 231.5. Anthony Edwards questionable for the Wolves. I like Utah plus 11.5. I think it's too many points. Utah's has a point differential of -4 in the season. The Timberwolves are also a negative point differential, -1.7. And the only teams that they beat by this margin were Charlotte and Brooklyn. Utah has too much offense for Minnesota to beat them by 12. Take the 11.5 with the Jazz. Dallas at Memphis. Grizzlies -4.5. Over-under is at 231.5. Anthony Davis is doubtful. Derek Lively still out for Dallas. No Zach Edey or Brandon Clark or Scottie Pippen Jr. for Memphis. I wouldn't back either one of these sorry-ass teams. The Mavericks stink. The Grizzlies stink. And you don't know what kind of effort you're going to get from Ja Morant. So that also puts the total in a wide range of margins. The only bet I'd consider in this game is Max Christie of the Mavericks over 12.5 points if you had to bet something. Thunder at Sacramento. Kings plus 10.5 at home. Over under 233.5. The Thunder have won by this margin less than half of their games, and the Kings only lost by this margin of 10.5 once on the road, and that was the game they shot poorly in Chicago. Sacramento scores 117 points a game, and they have a ton of scorers, both in the starting lineup and on the bench, that can handle a backdoor cover. Take the Kings plus the 10.5 at home, and also look at Malik Monk's over points. Last game we're looking at, Golden State at Denver. Warriors plus 10.5. Over under is at 228.5. Steph Curry out, Jimmy Butler questionable. Even with Curry and Butler out, I think 10.5 is too many for Golden State. They've only lost by this margin once this season. Denver has won by this margin less than half of their games. The Warriors still have shooters, and they're a very well-coached team. I think they keep it within 10.5. Trivia question for the day. 2 players in the NBA this season have 7 double-doubles. One is the Joker. Who is the second? Who's the other player besides the Joker to have 7 double-doubles already this season? Leave your answer in the comment section, and I'll see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.